Good afternoon and welcome to the first ever ITC virtual graduation. I would like to recognize some of our honored guests. The Honorable Mayor Ben Walsh, Board of Education President Katie Sojewicz, Vice President Dr. Mark Muhammad, Commissioners Tamika Barnett, Pat Bodie, David Cecil, Derek Dorsey, and Dan Romeo. We also wish to thank our Superintendent of Schools, Jaime Alicea, Chiefs Patty Clark, Dean DeSantis, Dr. Laura Kelly, Dr. Chris Miller, Timothy Moon, Suzanne Slack, Monique Wright-Williams, and our Executive Director of Secondary Education, Pam Odom. Thank you for joining us today.
Greetings, Superintendent Alicea, school board members, teachers, parents, families, and most important, our graduating class of 2020. Monday morning, when I looked outside my City Hall office window, I saw the words, "Do something, Ben," scrawled in giant chalk letters on the sidewalk below. Someone, I imagine a young person, delivered that challenge on justice and race right to my doorstep. These are the issues consuming the world's attention right now. Matters big enough to push a worldwide pandemic to the bottom of our news feeds. The message made me a little defensive at first, and then it got me focused on the work ahead to address problems that have plagued our nation for more than 2 centuries. Here in Syracuse, I think we've made more change in the past 2 years than occurred in the past 2 decades, but much more needs to and will be done. You are graduating high school at a moment like no other in modern history, a period in which lasting change will be created. Why? Because people of all backgrounds and ages stood up and demanded it. I bet many of you were among them. People who took to the streets, spoke out online, rode on sidewalks, and now the world will change. How lucky you are that as you begin the next phase of your life, you see that real people like you can make a difference. It's what former First Lady Michelle Obama meant in 2009 when she told high school age students in London, "Don't ever underestimate the importance you can have, because history has shown that courage can be contagious and hope can take on a life of its own." Congratulations, class of 2020. Do something, and I look forward to the impact you will have on our world.
Hello to Syracuse City School District seniors. This is Senator Chuck Schumer, and it's my honor to address the teachers and staff, families and friends of the graduates, but most of all, you, the class of 2020. As we all know, these are truly difficult times, perhaps more difficult than most of us have ever experienced, but our society will overcome them, and so will you. And we'll need your help to rebuild our country and our community even stronger than it was before. You are our future leaders, and we have faith in you. So to the graduates, I say, congratulations, good luck, Godspeed.
It is an honor for me to be here today to bring greetings and congratulations from the school board. Today you are graduating from high school. It is a great day. Your senior year started off like any other school year, going to class, doing homework, participating in clubs and athletics, enjoying the company of friends in school and out. Then in March, the world turned upside down. You don't need me to list all the things that you have missed or that have changed during this time. You ended your senior year at home, doing your schoolwork remotely instead of sitting in a classroom. This was not an easy task, but the class of 2020 was up to the challenge. You showed your teachers, your family, and your community that although these circumstances were difficult, it was not impossible. Let's remember that your entire educational career is not defined by the last 4 months. Think back to everything leading up to this year. You have met challenges throughout your life and the challenges of the pandemic head on and succeeded. You should be proud of yourselves. We certainly are proud of each and every one of you. When we go through challenges, we learn about who we are and what we value in our life. Right now, our city and our country are called to identify what we value and to stand up for what is right. The murders of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery are the latest, but there have been many others before, too many. They were family members, children, and parents. We see all of you young people in our community organizing, marching, speaking out, and we stand with you. We aren't surprised that you are stepping up to the plate. Throughout the years, and especially recently, we have seen your strength of character, your resiliency, and your support for one another. We see you and we believe in you. President Barack Obama recently said, "No generation has been better positioned to be warriors for justice and remake the world." We know how hard you worked to earn this diploma, and while the circumstances of your graduation may not be ideal, it does not diminish the hard work or the recognition you deserve. This is your moment. You have arrived, and it is our honor to witness it. Seniors, please take some time to thank the teachers, staff members, the administrators, family and friends who have not only supported you along this journey, but will continue to be there for you in your next steps. So I close where I began. The honor today is ours, and the future is yours. We hand it to you with confidence and pride. I and the other members of the school board salute your success. Congratulations to Corcoran, to Henniger, to ITC, to Nottingham, to PSLA. Congratulations to the Syracuse City School District Class of 2020.
Good afternoon. Institute of Technology at Syracuse Central Class of 2020. Congratulations. Today is a special day as we celebrate the culmination of your academic career in the Syracuse City School District. I know that your senior year has not ended as you anticipated. Not only the academic year was cut short, you missed the traditional prom, spring athletics, concerts, plays, and other celebrations. After your many years of hard work, I know that these last few months have been a challenge, to say the least. But you have reached the finish line, and we're here to celebrate you and your accomplishments. You are a very special class of graduates to me. You began high school the first year that I became superintendent, so you will always have a special place in my heart. I have seen you grow from unsure, timid freshman to the leaders of your school and our community. I am so proud of the way many of you have risen up and taken part in the social awakening happening across the city and our nation. You are the generation that is going to change the world we live in. You are going to ensure that everyone is treated equally and that racism is no longer a part of our communities. As we have seen throughout history, times of great challenge also bring about times of great opportunity. And I see great potential among you. I have seen the way that you have persevered through these unprecedented times, and I am confident that these recent experiences are only going to serve as a motivation for you as you move forward. You are all capable of achieving greatness, and I am eager to see the things you are going to accomplish as you move on your next step, whether that is college, a career, or the military. I know that you will become the leaders and the change makers that we need, especially in these trying times. You have achieved so much during your time in the Syracuse City School District, individually and collectively. And I am so proud of you. 6 of the top 10 students in the ITC class of 2020 will be continuing their education at Syracuse University in the fall. You are an amazing group of young men and women. You tackle college courses with less than 24 hours notice and handle a less than desirable senior year with patience and grace. Your ability to adapt and persevere during this time will serve you well in your future. As you think of those who have helped you get there, I hope that they and all of us continue to believe in you and cheer you on as you take your next step. While this is not the graduation ceremony or the senior year you have been picturing, I encourage you to stay inspired. Look at the recent event locally, nationally, and globally, and ask yourself how your unique skills and talent can help move things forward and bring about positive change. As you do so, remember that the Syracuse City School District community stands behind you. Congratulations on this important milestone. You have worked hard, persevered, and now you have made it to your high school graduation. I look forward to watching what you achieve next as a Syracuse City School District and ITC alumni. Congratulations, ITC class of 2020, and best of luck.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're listening to this virtual speech. My name is Rhoda with a last name often mispronounced Iranibagira. Everybody knows I have trouble coming up with the right things to say, so when I found out that I was salutatorian, 2 things came to mind. One being, Rhoda, you should have been third and avoided this whole speech. And another, my parents possibly asking me, why weren't you first? Fortunately, the second thing didn't happen, I think. I stand in front of all of you today, correction, a camera, and Pich, immensely proud that we are walking the stage. When our senior year began, none of us thought that this would be the way it would end, but life is unpredictable. Recently, my grandfather was diagnosed with COVID-19, and because of that, I had lost all hope. But I know I don't stand alone. Throughout the 4 years of high school, each and every one of us has faced some type of challenge that we had to overcome. There were so many odds stacked against us. Stereotypes saying we wouldn't succeed, statistics and circumstances that should have made us more likely to drop out, but we're here. We beat each and every stereotype, statistic, and circumstance. I would like to give a huge thank you to teachers like Kunitz, Sadlin, and many more who provided us with a home away from home. Staff like Snyder, who weren't afraid to tell you to get your act together. Family that gave us love and motivation. Friends like Peach, Claudia, Yuffie, Dom, and so many more, who made sure we stayed on track. I even want to thank that one person that gave me a utensil when I had lost mine, because simple acts of kindness from others have helped us get to where we are today. I'm sorry that we didn't get to have the full high school experience, but there are many more experiences to come. Hopefully, not another pandemic. I am a better person because of each and every one of you listening today. I can't possibly say everything I want to say and not have a few people die of boredom, so let me end it here. Class of 2020, we did it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, administrators, teachers, friends, parents, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2020. It is an honor to speak to all of you on this special day. Seniors 2020, the one with the longest senior skip day ever. First, I want to applaud and congratulate all of us for continuing to thrive and persevere through this difficult time being off campus. Through personal experience, I know that this historical period of time have taken a toll on us physically, mentally, and emotionally. So, for all of you to be here graduating with me, I feel so proud, and all of you should be proud of yourself too. Due to the unfortunate circumstances of COVID-19, many of our senior year traditions were stripped away from us. We didn't get to have a proper prom, senior trip, senior dinner, or even a proper last day of class. On Monday, March 16th, I got a text from Claudia telling me to go to school. I contemplated on going, but I went anyway. Probably the best decision of my life. Imagine if I didn't go. It would be devastating. I still remember when Mr. Mastine reassured our active citizenship class that we'll be back in 2 weeks. I never thought that being dismissed from his class at 12:40 p.m. would be my last day nagging him and getting on his nerves. I've witnessed many discouraging comments regarding class of 2020. People have said that our feelings are unnecessary, that we should be grateful that we're alive, and we shouldn't be complaining about unnecessary things like prom. However, it's more than just prom. It is about being able to celebrate and continue a tradition. Most importantly, creating the last few memories of our high school career with our friends and teachers. So if your feelings have been invalidated by someone, please do not listen. I hear you and I feel you. Nevertheless, we can't change the past of what has occurred, so it is time for us to move on and spread our wings to find our future. I am so proud to be an Eagle representing ITC. When I was interviewed by Syracuse.com about my proudest moment in high school, I didn't know what to say at first because my world continues to crash down since the pandemic. However, my proudest moment in high school is being announced as a class valedictorian along with my amazing friend Rhoda. Being both female immigrants, I felt so proud of us for being the top two in our graduating class. Our accomplishments give a message to many students that accomplishment does not depict race, color, gender, or religion. If you work hard for something, you will be rewarded. It is more than just a perfect GPA or being the number one. It's about ending stigma and stereotypes. It's about representing our family, country, culture, and background. It's about proving those people who told me to return to Cambodia wrong. It's about returning a favor to my mother who traveled across continents for me to have a brighter future. Since COVID-19 occurred, I have endured a lot of prejudice and unfair treatments for being Asian. People looked at me as if I'm a walking virus. Right now, we're going through a revolution of Black Lives Matter. However, why should I continue to question why people think it's okay to treat me or other minorities this way? It's 2020, and we shouldn't be facing this type of problem. It's 2020. I shouldn't have to worry about being told I'm not worth it to be in this country. It's 2020. I shouldn't have to hear the news about Black people being killed by the police. I believe it all comes down to education. People are ignorant and uneducated. We have the President of the United States, the leader of the first world country, dividing people by referring to COVID-19 as the Chinese virus. I might get in trouble for this, but we have teachers in suburban schools like Tully saying that students being racist aren't their problem. You know, the inner city schools get a lot of backlash for being overcrowded and underperforming. However, we can't deny the love and inclusion of ITC. We might not have MacBooks or the latest tech, but we have the pool of diversity, not just white or black, but of all colors of the spectrum. I believe that all racism can stop if schools become more inclusive, not just white and black, but of all races. ITC should be an example for the rest of the schools in the district and everywhere else of how inclusivity and the diversity can change a student's learning. Kids are easily influenced because their brains are still young and developing. That's also why schools are not encouraging students to learn language at a younger age. If we adopt this concept, but for diversity, I believe changes will be made. If we require schools to integrate classes regarding racism or classes like African American story, I believe we can change the mindset of the new generation. It is hard to teach or change the mindset of an old person because he or she usually believes that they know everything. So why not educate the future leaders? I hope that in the future there will be more teachers of color as well. I hope that schools, both in the city and in the suburb, can be less divided regarding black or white. There's nothing wrong with seeing colors. However, there's something wrong with depicting someone just because of their color. Last but not least, I want to thank ITC for providing me with a small, loving community. I hope we continue to be a small school because strong relationship with my teachers have truly shaped my high school career. I am a strong believer that teachers can truly change a student to become better and greater. Throughout the past 4 years, 3 years and a half, I have spent many grateful moments with my friends and teachers. I've been through many ups and downs, both mentally and academically. There were moments when I wanted to give up on everything. However, I retreated to my home of ITC for comfort and encouragement. Since moving to America in 2013, I'd witnessed racism and bullying, especially during my middle school years. However, ITC provided me with a home and safe haven. Mr. Kunith was like a father, and Miss Saddlein was like a second mother. I can always rely on them whenever I'm going through any mental breakdowns. Mr. Newell was like my friend and my career coach. He saw something special in me when no one else did. Without him, I would still be a lost kid. Mr. Mastine, he's my reality check. I can always rely on him when I need a brutal, honest opinion on my college essay or even anything like the bank. Thank you to the rest of the staffs for continuing to work hard to build a strong relationship with ITC scholars. I know all of you have been through a lot during this pandemic. Thank you. You guys have no obligation to provide us with all the emotional support. However, all of you continue to welcome us with open arms with zero judgment. You all do not get paid enough for all the effort you put in. Thank you to all my friends for being key figures in helping me stay sane. Claudia, Malika, Rhoda, and Yuthi, you guys are one of a kind. Please do not ever change the way you are because you guys have such big hearts. You are all amazing souls who are always there to listen to all my problems. I know all of you will achieve great things. To my mom and dad, កូនអរគុណលោកទាំងពីរដែលផ្ដល់ក្តីស្រឡាញ់និងការជ្រំចាំលើកទឹកចិត្តដល់កូន To the rest of ITC 2020 graduates, I believe that all of you have the potential to reach the stars. I know we are all future leaders and we will conquer our own worlds. Our high school chapter has come to an end. However, it's time for us to begin a new chapter in the real world. There will be roadblocks along the way, but keep going. Don't wait around, do it now. And remember, people can take away all the materialistic things from us, but they'll never be able to take our strengths, our knowledge, or who we are. Our stories are beautiful. Embrace it.
Good afternoon, ITC families and friends, and thank you for tuning in for the virtual portion of this graduation. I am sure no one thought this is how we would be celebrating our 2020 graduates. It is my pleasure, as the principal of the Institute of Technology at Syracuse Central, to be able to address the graduating class of 2020. Although due to the pandemic, we were not able to complete the school year in person, nor were we able to celebrate many of the typical senior events, but we were able to create some lasting memories for our students. What I am most proud of for this class is their perseverance in their academics, especially when we were forced to move to virtual learning. At this time, I would like to acknowledge the accomplishments of our students. This class earned a total of 572 on-campus credits from OCC. There are 20 P-Tech graduates who will be staying on at OCC for their associate's degree in either mechanical or electrical engineering. 77 graduates have earned their CT endorsements, which include students from the P-Tech, automotive technology, culinary arts, and media communications pathways. There are 34 students who earned diplomas with advanced designation. Valedictorian Pich Chet earned the New York State Seal of Biliteracy. She had to take and pass both a written and speaking national language exam in addition to local coursework. This seal recognizes Peach's proficiency in both Khmer and English. Two members of our girls volleyball team, Apriya Shrugs Mohammed and Tatiana Dowdell, earned Scholar Athlete recognition for maintaining a minimum individual GPA of 90%. And two members of our boys basketball team have earned individual honors. Edwin Seaton has joined the elite 1,000-point club, joining two former graduates. Azian Goodrich was recently recognized by Section 3 for his three-point shooting percentage. The graduates of 2020 will not be defined as the class that graduated during a pandemic or social unrest. These students will be able to define themselves through the adaptability they showed. How we respond to change impacts our entire world. It affects how we feel about ourselves and our relationships with others. When we adapt well to change, we find opportunities in setbacks, disappointments, and we start to view the world with optimism. A great man, Gandhi, once said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." Study, learn, and continue to expand your mind, interests, and your voice. Look for unique opportunities and explore your possibilities as you journey through life. Never let anyone tell you you are not capable of doing something. Be willing to face adversity and believe in your ability to overcome your challenges. Students, you are survivors. You have proven that you are capable of moving beyond obstacles and utilizing your voices to speak up and speak out about issues you believe in. You have taken advantage of the many opportunities that were afforded to you to grow and thrive. Through the continued support, caring, and dedication of your family and all of the staff at ITC, you have not just reached your goal of graduating today, you have exceeded it. You are now among the ranks of those who have gone before you. You are proud graduates of the Syracuse City School District. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Continue to excel in your pursuits and go for the gold. Now for the most important part of this ceremony. It is time to certify our graduates. So, by the power invested in me by the New York State Board of Regents and Commissioner of Education, I now declare the class of 2020 to be official graduates of ITC. Please move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, ITC. We love you and we wish you well.